Alright, here are 10 fun facts about America even Americans don't know. Say, how much do you know about the US? If you're from the land of opportunity, you're probably thinking, probably everything there is to know. I do live here after all. But were you aware that the Library of Congress could have a record of some of your social media posts? Or that some of the most famous American landmarks looked a whole lot different in the past? Let's see which of these 10 little-known facts about the United States will manage to surprise you the most. And don't forget that we have tons more videos with eye-opening facts here on The Bright Side of Life. So be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. That way, you won't miss any of our daily updates. Now, let's kick this list off with something we all associate with the US. Number 10. Out-of-this-world flag. First off, the way the flag is used in America can be a bit unusual for outsiders. In most countries around the world, the flag is usually reserved to mark a governmental building or some official location. In the US, however, you can see the Star-Spangled Banner waving in the wind at fast food joints, standing tall in people's yards or attached to their houses, and printed on all kinds of stuff like clothing, pillows, and coffee mugs. As such, many Americans love their flag and have traveled with it to all corners of the earth and beyond. In fact, there were actually 6 American flags placed on the moon during the Apollo landings. It's unknown whether all those flags are still standing, but the ones that remain have most likely been bleached completely white from exposure to radiation from the sun. Number 9. Americans on the Moon. So, speaking of the moon, no other country has walked where Apollo 11 mission commander Neil Armstrong took his memorable one small step on July 20, 1969. And while we all recognize him as the first man on the moon, 11 other American astronauts through 6 Apollo moon landings have trod its surface as well. If Armstrong was the first, not many people know that the last man to stand on the moon was Apollo 17 commander Eugene Cernan. He left the lunar surface on December 14, 1972, saying, "I take man's last step from the surface, back home for some time to come." Pretty epic, huh? Number 8. The greatest of the Great Lakes. Of course, most Americans are well aware that Lake Superior is the greatest of the Great Lakes, hence the name. I'll bet many of you don't know that the Native American Ojibwe name for the lake is Gitchigami. But no matter what it's called, did you know that it's also the largest freshwater body in the world in terms of surface area? Measuring about 31,700 square miles, this lake is about the size of North Carolina. And with a volume of 2,900 cubic miles, Lake Superior is big enough to cover the entirety of North and South America in a foot of water. Bring your boots, it's that massive. The US shares this honor with Canada, since Lake Superior, along with all the others except for Lake Michigan, washes up on both countries' borders. Number 7. The most visited museums in America. 2 museums are tied as the most visited in America. The Smithsonian